Hi, Rueben Taylor from Biznostics here, and had a great question from one of our group members the other week, which was how do I keep my overheads low when I start my business? And there's a few different parts to this. And the first thing is you want to work out, well, what actually are my overheads? And there's 4 key areas that you want to look at when you're looking at your overheads. So the first one is, what are your tools of the trade? You know, getting your tools, getting your van, getting all that sort of stuff. And here, to keep those low, you want to be really, really smart about what do I actually need versus what is nice to have. And also, can you be smart about how you acquire them? Could you borrow them? Could you get some second hand? Could you make do with some ones just while you're starting to get a few more runs on the board, get the money flowing in the business? The second area of overhead, if you like, is your marketing. And marketing can be where a lot of money is wasted when you start your business. And to really overcome this one, you want to be really, really targeted on the type of work you're after, the type of customer you're after. That way you can be really, really focused and direct your marketing dollar to where it's going to have the most impact. In fact, your marketing should be an investment, i.e. you're spending money and you're measuring it in a way that's going to give you a return. And so you'd know if you just put money in, it's going to give you money back out. So it's not actually an overhead, it's actually an investment. Now, the third area is the admin side of the business. What are some of those other traditional overheads that you're going to need? Now, the real filter you want to put on here to keep that low is it going to help me either get a customer or keep a customer? And if not, then perhaps it's not the right time to spend it, particularly when you're first starting your business. And the fourth one is your wage. What are you going to be paying yourself from the business? And too often I see when someone starts a business, they go, I'll just take what I can get. I'll just pay myself a little bit. I'll pull out money when I can get it, that sort of stuff. That's not a good habit to get into. You want to teach the business to be paying you right from the start. So start with a minimum wage, a base wage, and make sure that your business is covering enough money to cover that wage. Start with something. Initially, it might be tapping a little bit into reserves. And what you can do is you can keep that low, but you link the increase in your wage to increases in the business. So it might just be a percentage as the business goes up. That way, you're teaching your business to pay you, but you're also keeping things low right at the start, but can share in that upside as things go along. So that's the first step, knowing what your overheads are. You want to next work out some numbers for each area. So you actually set numbers, set a budget for each of those 4 areas in your business. I remember chatting with one of our customers actually earlier this week, and she said it was just so amazing just writing down numbers, working out what she was going to be spending in her business in that first 12 months. That way she could work out how many jobs she would need and start to have a bit more of a game plan for the business. And that's why it's really, really important to know what these overheads are. And the final part is, how do you manage the costs? So it's one thing to work at what they are, but how do you make sure you only spend within those limits? Well, there's a couple of ways you can do this. One is you can set up different accounts where you're allocating money aside. There's other videos we recorded where we've talked about tax accounts and profit accounts and things like that. But you put money aside when you're going to reinvest in the business and say buy more tools or get that vehicle upgrade or whatever it might be. So the business starts paying for this when it is able. The second thing is, how do you manage it week to week in the business, month to month in the business? Now, here's the thing about your numbers. Here's the thing about the budget. If you only look at them once a year, well, you've only got once a year to then improve it or change it or fix it. If you're looking at it once a month, well, then you've got 12 times a year when you can adjust it, change it, see if you're off course. And likewise, if it's weekly, well, then you've got 50 times, say, a year. And if you looked at it daily, well, there'd be 360 times a year. The thing is, I suggest that you start looking at things weekly. Weekly controls, what have I spent versus my budget? And so you keep things on track and you can make sure that things are managed as you go along and start your business. So thanks for taking the time to watch this video. If you found this video useful, you may also want to join our group. It's for people starting a business in the construction industry, and inside you'll find different tips, different tools, different resources, which will really help your business get off to a really, really successful start. Bye for now, and I'll catch you in another video soon.